Here's that. Nice to meet you. Hi. So I come over. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's great.
Christie, thanks for coming. Good to see you again.
Hey, look at this.
Christie,
Yeah.
we'll be by the,
Where would you like me to be?
in that chair. Okay.
She's going to come up with it, but thank you for having me. It's great to be in this wonderful home. Dean and Steve, thanks a lot. Thank you. Oh, are you going to do that?
This seems to be the woman that needs no introduction.
The first part of this tour, and she was from the Sierra Club, and she had very strongly held opinions about the environment. So I said before we left, I said, now, the next time, because she kept talking about being fair, and I said, the next time I want you to bring one of your favorite people who disagrees with you on some of these things, and bring that person into the room, because I truly believe that there are some values that we could agree on, that all Iowans could agree on. And the other side always talks about values, and they get to define them. I want to talk about values that we can agree on, and then find some common ground. And that's why I chose the value of work for the focus of my tour, because I really thought that if I could put every Iowan in a room, that all of us, regardless of age, regardless of everything about us, one of the first things we'd say that makes us Iowans and that we feel very proud of is that we know how to work hard. We work hard, we work long, sometimes we work too long because we have to work 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. But the work ethic is something that I grew up with, and I think that everybody in this room feels strongly about. And if my point is that we can take this process with every value
ideal situations where you use the federal government to manage.
Plus those 3 states all have different interests.
Well, who would pay if South Dakota dumps all their water on us?
And they've made decisions on the upper Mississippi River that that have to do with recreation or have to do with environmental issues that maybe Iowa farmers don't necessarily. I mean, because I know I've seen Tom they used to get together. He'd get together with the other 2 governors, and they would have summits regularly. So air service. Any other comments on air service?
About the attitude, this being pushed, that there's something wrong with government, that somehow that all government is bad, that government is the beast. You can't have a functioning democracy without a well-working government. And at the heart of the Constitution is this very brief statement.
I get upset because I'm a public school teacher, and I think not only welfare has become a bad word, but the word public has become a bad word. So anything that has to do with public libraries, public swimming pools, public health, public service, public servants, anything that has the word public in it, which to me is the keystone of our democracy, which is basically what you're saying. And so I get a little riled up when people start making the word public a bad word, as they have already made for many years welfare a bad word.
What the history of what our family has paid. So that has to be fixed. It's so out of proportion. Because what happens again, sorry I keep talking, but then families end up filling in the void. Our retirement is affected, and we're going to be the people who really, really, really need Medicare later on, and I hope it's there for us because we've been filling in the gaps for him. He requires both private pay insurance and Medicaid to cover what he needs. And whenever they cut Medicaid, what happens is there's more people in the system, and they're trying to figure out, well, who can we kind of like cut out? Things like ostomy pouches, to put your stool in. The limits on those, that's disgusting. It's disgusting. So, what we're asking people to do is really not very appropriate, I think, for the kind of society that we'd like to live in.
Step up and say something because, it has to be said.
Anybody else on that? Chris?
Yeah. The way I see it, government is us.
Government is what did you say?
Government is us. We
Yes.
vote. We are a democracy. We can define our government. And people in this room, I'm guessing the majority of them want good government. Not big government, not little government, but good government. government's the only entity at different levels, federal, state, whatever, that can enforce